Well, very good afternoon and welcome as the West Texas A&M Buffaloes get set to host the Kingsville Javelinas here this afternoon at Wilder Park in Canyon. Gorgeous afternoon, sun-splashed sky, 53 degrees, much better than yesterday's contest where it got to maybe 43 and the wind was coming out of the north at about 25 miles an hour. Today, wind is out of the southwest at 13 and feels very comfortable for both teams out here. For game number 2 of this set, Kingsville won game 1 yesterday 9-5. And again, a big win yesterday for Kingsville as they won their first of the year. They are 1-4 now in Lone Star Conference play, while the Buffaloes dropped their first contest of the year. They fell to 4-1. The starters for today for the Javelinas will be Colton Taylor. He's a junior, comes in with a record of 0-1, a 22.50 earned run average. He pitched 2 innings in his start a week ago, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, all 5 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. And batters were going for 545. Isaac King gets the start for the Buffaloes. We'll go through his numbers momentarily, but we'll take this time out and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Well, welcome back to Wilder Park as we get set for this afternoon's action between the Buffaloes and West Texas A&M, the host. They will be, of course, in white pants, maroon tops, taking on the Javelinas of Texas A&M-Kingsville. They'll be in their gray uniforms with blue numerals today. A gorgeous afternoon, great day for baseball here at Wilder Park. And for the Buffaloes, they hope to get off to a little better start than they did yesterday. Got down early in that first matchup yesterday, 1-0, came back and took the lead 4-1. And then Kingsville kind of had things go their way in yesterday's contest as they were able to get some runs late in the ball game and came away with a big win. Cole Payne got the win for the Javelinas as they were able to get some later runs in that contest. They scored, they actually scored 3 in the second to tie things up at 4. Then they scored 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 7th. That's when they took the lead 7-5 in the ball game yesterday. 2 in the 8th. And won that one 9-5 over the Buffaloes in yesterday's contest. And Charmholm took the loss for the Buffs in that contest. And so today, a new day, beautiful afternoon, and getting set to pitch, Isaac King. King out of Norwalk, Connecticut, and Kane State gets set to go. And the first batter he will face for today will be Shelby Becker, who led off yesterday's game with a double. Becker steps in, batting from the right side, open stance. Becker coming into this one has a 348 batting average. First pitch swing right at Adam Becker, and Becker throws out. Well, no, he doesn't, as that one got away from first baseman as trying to get it down the line. And Corey Schmidt unable to come up with a handle on that, so we'll see how they rule. That is going to be an error. So Shelby Becker gets a board on an E3, and so he's aboard. First base runner of the ball game. Colton Taylor, I should say, is the pitcher starting for Kingsville today, but for the Buffs, Isaac Keem, 1.80 earned run average on the season 1-0 record. He's started last week against International. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, only one of those earned. He walked 1, struck out 7, and batters had a .211 batting average against him. Quick throw over to first base to keep Becker close. Nick Wolf in the on-deck circle. Nick at the plate, batting .353. His 17th at bat of the season. For this pitch is hit right towards Eddie Savoy at second, over to short to Ochoa, who gets it over to first to Schmidt to complete the double play. So Nick Wolf grounds out in a double play. And that is 4-6-3. So 2 outs quickly, thanks to some good defense by Eddie Savoy playing at second. Seth Ochoa is over at short, Adam Becker at third, Corey Schmidt at first, Evan Leibel behind the plate for Isaac Keene. That pitch on the outside corner is there for a strike against Ramsey Amador. Amador had a good day at the plate yesterday. Amador batting from the right side, looks at a similar pitch in for strike 2. So 2 quick strikes on Ramsey Amador. Ramsey from Edinburgh, Texas, settles in ready to go. Pitch is a slow roller hit towards Ochoa at short on 2 hops over to first in time. For the throw out, Ramsey Amador is retired 6-3. We're out number 3. So no runs, no hits. There was an error in the inning and nobody left on base. We played a half as no score for the Kingsville Javelinas. The Buffaloes coming up to plate for their first opportunity today. We'll take a timeout, do so, and come back right after this. On the low
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Well, welcome back to Wilder Park as we get set for the bottom half of the first inning. Defensively for the Javelinas, it will be Shelby Becker over at first. Garrett Thompson will get the start today at second. Von Durante is the shortstop. He had that 3-run home run yesterday. And Ramsey Amador over at third. Left to right is Matthew Castro, Dalton Kramer, and also Jake Chapman. And so that's the outfield for the Javelinas. Nick Wolf will be behind the plate for Colton Taylor. Taylor from Amsterburg, Ontario, Canada. Played at Frank Phillips Junior College before heading down to Kingsville. Taylor, a junior, 6'3". Right-hander getting set to go, and he'll face Cameron Loy, Ryan Johnson, Adam Becker for the Buffs, followed by Evan Leibel, Will Finney, Corey Schmidt, Eddie Savoy, Seth Ochoa, and Paul Whitman. So the top 3 today batting things off, Cameron Loy, Ryan Johnson, and Adam Becker. All right, sorry for the technical difficulties as we here in the top of the second inning. And just to recap, Stephen Bonus, the DH for the Javelinas, is able to get on with a single as he hit that one out to right. And Jake Chapman, the batter now, down in the count 0-2, fouls that one off and out of play. Chapman, the right fielder for the Javelinas, batting from the right side, comes in with a .357 batting average. Chapman, close stance. Really more of an even stance now. Batting from the right side. Chapman had a good day yesterday. Looks at a pitch high for a ball. Told Kramer in the on-deck circle. So Chapman settles back in, ready to go. Takes a swing, comes up empty, and he is a strikeout victim. So first strikeout of the afternoon for Isaac Keene. And that will bring up Dalton Kramer, the center fielder. Kramer coming up with a .500 batting average. Has an on-base percentage of .667 so far this young season. Batting from the left side, takes a cut at a fastball, comes up empty. So he's down in the count 0-1, takes a long look down the third baseline. Jason Gonzalez. Shot toward Eddie Savoy at second. Underhands over to Ochoa, out for one, but not at first. So they got the leadoff runner as Bonus was retired 4-6 for out number 2. And Dalton Kramer gets aboard on a fielder's choice. And that'll bring up Matthew Castro, the left fielder. Castro batting .083 so far this season. Quick throw to first. Castro so far this season had 1 hit. He scored a run. He's driven in 4, though. He's got a pitch way inside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Isaac Keene throws over to first. Keene from Norwalk, Connecticut. He's a senior. 6 feet, 185-pound right-hander. Checks the runner once again with a nice lead at first. Comes home, and that caught the outside corner for a strike. So 1-1 count for Matthew Castro. A slow roller hit towards Keene, and he will underhand it over to first in time for the putout for out number 3, as Castro is retired 1-3. So no runs on 1 hit. No errors in the inning. And we had 1 left on base. We have played an inning and a half. We are scoreless here at Wilder Park. Buffs coming up for the bottom of the second. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
A onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Welcome back to Wilder Park as the Buffaloes will get ready to send their 5, 6, and 7 batters to the plate. Will Fenning will lead things off, the right fielder, will followed by Corey Schmidt and then Eddie Savoy. Getting set to face Colton Taylor for the first time. No score in the ball game as of yet. Again, just a gorgeous afternoon for college baseball. First pitch is swung on, driven out to left field, but at shallow left field, a diving catch. No, they say it was dropped. And so it looked that Matthew Castro had it for a moment, dove for it, but apparently that came out of his glove. So Will Fenning will get a board. We'll watch this one on the replay. Nice shot from Fenning out to left field. And then you see Castro coming up, but got behind him, and so he comes up and will throw that one in. And so the Buffs get their second hit of the ball game. Will Fenning over at first base. That brings up Corey Schmidt. First baseman drives this one right into left field, so back-to-back hits by the Buffs. So we have runners aboard at first and second. And that'll bring Eddie Savoy. A junior from Montreal, Quebec, playing second base today. Yesterday played first. Today playing over at second. Settles in, ready to go. Batting from the right side. Back deep in the batter's box. So runners at first and second for the Buffs. No outs here facing Colton Taylor here in the bottom of the second inning. Taylor, long look at Fenning at second base. Throws this one on the inside corner for a strike. So Savoy down in the count, 0-1. Wind blowing in, or blowing out, I should say, to left field today. About 13 miles per hour when we started this one today. Let's hit towards third. Stepping on the bag and then throwing over to first in time for the double play. Nice play by Ramsey Amador as Fenning is retired. 5 unassisted for out number 1, and then a throw over to first base. 5-3 to get Eddie Savoy, and that'll bring up Seth Ochoa. Seth, a 6', 200-pound junior from El Paso, Texas, played at University of New Mexico for coming over here to play in Canyon. Ochoa batting from the right side. It's a .333 batting average. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. So Corey Schmidt over at second base. So Buffs back-to-back hits, but a double play turned by Ramsey Amador, able to put 2 outs on the board for WT. There's check swing, that'll be a strike for Ochoa. So Seth down in the count, 0-2. Right-hander deep in the box, settles in, open stance. Ochoa ready to go. Taylor, look at second. Now comes home with it. That's going to be down in the dirt for a ball. So 1-2 count on the shortstop for the Buffaloes. Ochoa settles in deep in the box once again, ready to go. Batting from the right side. WT team ranked number 17 in the country. Deep bench. Bit of a different starting lineup than yesterday. And a check swing, not there, and a strikeout for Ochoa. Second strikeout of the ball game, and that is out number 3. So no runs on a hit. No errors, and 1 left on base. Actually, there were 2 hits in the inning, sorry. So no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors in the inning and one left on base. We have played 2 complete, no score here between Kingsville and the Buffaloes. We'll take a timeout, be back with more on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Well, welcome back to Wilder Park here in Canyon. Beautiful afternoon, 53 degrees game time temp when we started this one today. Isaac Keene on for his third inning of work. Throws the first pitch into Ivan Durante, his strike. Ivan, who kind of struggled to play the beginning of the game, but ended up with a 3-run home run to kind of win it for Kingsville yesterday. Sends this one down the first base line. They say that's fair, and Corey Schmidt gloves it. So Durante is retired 3 unassisted for round number 1. That'll bring up Garrett Thompson, who's starting at second today. Came on in relief yesterday as a pitch runner, then defensive replacement at second base. Thompson's got that batting from the left side, so he's got that right foot protected with that padding. Isaac Keene's first pitch, high for a ball. So 1-0 the count on Garrett Thompson. After Thompson, we'll go to the top of the order, Shelby Becker. Shows bunt, lays it down. Adam Becker comes up, throws over to first. Not in time, as that one gets away from the outfielder heading towards second base. So Garrett Thompson gets aboard. See how they score that. And they're going to call it a hit. So Thompson aboard with a hit, and then he'll advance on the air. You watch right here. Lays down a nice bunt. Becker had a charge, comes up throwing. And this one just a little outside of Corey Schmidt's reach. And so that allows Thompson to get to second base on the air. So that's going to be an E5. And so that brings up Shelby Becker, who fouls off his first pitch he sees for a strike. Shelby Becker, batting .333. His last at bat, he got aboard on an error at first base. And he was erased in a double play. And they're going to appeal, and they say he did not go around. So that evens it up at 1-1. So 1-1 count on the first baseman, I should say, leadoff man for the Javelinas, Becker. Batting from the right side. Keene comes home with it, and that's going to be a slow roller hit back to Keene. Underhands it over to first in time for the putout. So Shelby Becker is retired 1-3 for out number 2. Garrett Thompson will advance over to third base. And that'll bring up Nick Wolf. Wolf had a good day at the plate yesterday. Wolf comes up with a .333 batting average, batting from the left side. He hit into a double play his last at bat yesterday, or I should say in the first inning. Again, this is the first of 2 games today. Off-speed pitch has Wolf out in front. So he's down in the count 0-1. Wolf settles back in, ready to go. Batting from the left side. Thompson takes his lead at third. That's hit sharply to Eddie Savoy, who gloves it on one hop over to first base in time for the putout. Nice play by Eddie Savoy as Wolf was retired 4-3 for out number 3. So, no runs on one hit, one error in the inning, and one left on base. We have played 2.5. No score here from Wilder Park as the Buffs getting set to come up for the bottom of the third. We'll take this 1-minute timeout. Be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Back to Wilder Park. Gorgeous afternoon here in Canyon, Texas. And they just prefaced that on Thursday we had an inch of snow on the ground. Yesterday was cold. Wind was out of the north. About 42, 43 was our game time high yesterday. Today, much nicer. It's supposed to be up in the 60s today. Right now, about 54 degrees. Paul Whitman will lead things off for the Buffaloes. He will be the leadoff man here in the third, then followed by Cameron Loy, Ryan Johnson. So 9-1-2 for the Buffaloes, facing Colton Taylor. First pitch from Taylor is inside for a strike. Whitman. Batting 125 this season, the speedy center fielder for the Buffs. Looks at a pitch outside for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. Whitman settles in. Pops this one up down the left field line, giving chase the left fielder. Can he get over there? He can, does make the catch. Nice play by Matthew Castro right on the line. And Whitman flies out to left for out number 1. Going to bring Cameron Lloyd to the plate. Lloyd, who got a board on or I should say grounded out in his first at bat, grounded out to the second baseman. So Lloyd makes his way to the plate, batting .318. Loy's off-speed pitch is high for a ball. That pitch misses for ball 2. Loy settles in, batting from the left side. Even stance. Looks at a strike. Runs the count to 2-1. Ryan Johnson in the on-deck circle. Good crowd out for this one today. Again, the Lady Buffs playing across the way. They've got a tournament. There's a shot out into left center field. That's for a base hit. Cameron Lloyd gives that a good wrap. Rounds first, heads to second. See if he's going to stretch it out to third. Nope, he's going to hold up at the last second. Lloyd thought about it, but again, it's a stand-up double here in the third inning. Nice solid wrap. Watch this one as he takes a good inside-out swing. That one pops over the second baseman's head, then gets away from the center fielder. That allows him to get to second. So that brings up Ryan Johnson, who struck out his first at bat. Ryan batting .389 on the season, settles in, ready to go. Taylor taking a long look in to get the signal. Now checks Loy at second base, comes home with it. Driven down the third base line, fouling out of play. So strike one for Ryan Johnson. Johnson settles back in, ready. Batting from the right side, even stance, close to the plate. Likes to hug that plate. That pitch is inside for a ball, and that's why he'll turn around and look at the umpire. He got struck out on that similar pitch in his first at bat in the first. That evens the count at 1-1. Johnson settles in. Driven down the third base line, fouling out of play. It runs the count to 1-2. Adam Becker in the on-deck circle. Taylor taking his time. Quick throw to second base. Cameron Loy is back. Loy out of Mansfield, Texas, played at Northeast Texas Community College. Johnson, of course, Paradise Valley Community College before coming to WT out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Senior settles in, ready to go. Drives this one towards the third baseman. Backhands it, throws it over to first in time for the putout. So Ryan is retired 5-3. Nice play by Amador. So Ramsey gets it over to Shelby Becker for out number 2. That also holds Cameron Loy over at third base. And he and Coach Hall having a conversation about probably should have advanced when he made the throw, but it was a quick boom play. Brings up Adam Becker, who singled his last at bat. Becker ready to go, batting from the right side. Big open stance. That one's going to be down in the dirt for ball one. In fact, Nick Wolf couldn't find the handle on it for a moment. Now got it. So Becker will settle back in, ready to go. Loy measures his lead off the bag at second. Taylor ready. Throw out to second is no good. Loy will advance to third. So pass ball on a throw from Colton Taylor. It allows Loy to advance to third base. So now Becker with a 1-0 count as a runner at third, ready to come home. Loy takes his lead. Becker on the outside corner called strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Could hear the home fans on that one a little bit. Becker settles in, ready to go. Colton Taylor working here in his third inning of work. Becker takes a swing, comes up empty. So that runs the count to 1-2. Evan Leibel in the on-deck circle should Becker get aboard. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Becker ready. Hauls that one off, just fought it off at the plate. Keeps the count at 1-2. Becker will settle back in. Big open stance, deep in the batter's box, batting from the right side. Taylor ready to go. The right-hander comes home with it. Way outside, and here comes Loy. He's going to score easily on a pass ball. So the Buffs take the early 1-0 lead as Cameron Loy able to come by on a wild pitch. So Loy advanced 2 bases because of Taylor throwing that wild to second base on a pickoff attempt, and that allowed him to get to third, and then that one was wide of the catcher. Also runs the count to 2-2. This is going to be popped up out towards the second baseman, sliding over to pull that one in, and grabbing a hold of it is Garrett Thompson for out number 3. But the Buffs do get a run on one hit. There was one error in the inning, and no one left on base. So we have played 3 complete. The Buffs have the early 1-0 lead over the Javelinas from Texas A&M-Kingsville. So coming out for his 4th inning of work is Isaac Keene. We'll come back to that here momentarily, but first this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Wilder Park as Buffs have the early 1-0 lead over the Javelinas from Texas A&M-Kingsville. There's a pitch from Isaac King that's going to be low to Ramsey Amador. So Ramsey heading to count 1-0. Gorgeous afternoon. It's warmed up to 55 now. Again, this is the first of 2 games today. That pitch misses outside for ball 2. Still plenty of time to come out to Wilder Park if you're in the area. Of course, Canyon, Texas, the home of West Texas A&M University. Buffaloes here at home. Look at a pitch, it's low, and that makes it 3-0 for Ramsey. Amador grounded out to the shortstop, his first at-bat back in the first inning. Ramsey settles in, ready to go. Isaac's pitch is going to be outside for ball 4, so his first walk of the day. So Keene takes a little step off the pitching rubber, trying to reflect a little bit on a couple of things. Now we'll step back on, ready to face Stephen Bonus. Bonus the DH in today's game. Bonus batting .333, had a single his last at bat, then was caught in a double play, or actually caught in a fielder's choice. He was the second out of the inning. Takes a swing at that one, comes up empty. Isaac Keene facing the left-hander. Bonus settles in, ready to go. Pitch is inside for a ball. bonus. Also a backup catcher from Port Lavaca. He's a senior for the Javelinas. Settles in from the left side. This is hit down the first baseline, but that is foul. So that runs the count to 1-2. Amador will retreat back to first base. Ramsey takes his lead about 3 steps off the bag at first. That's inside corner for a strike. Bonus doesn't agree, but that is the second strikeout of the ball game for Isaac King. And you watch here on this replay, just great positioning inside part of the plate. Steven didn't agree with it, but it was a good pitch. It's out number 1. And that'll bring up Jake Chapman. Chapman struck out his last at bat. Chapman batting .333, fouls this one off at the plate. Chapman, sophomore from Boerne, Texas, 6'3", batting from the right side. Here's a quick throw. No, actually not a quick throw, just a quick reminder to Ramsey Amador at first base. And Isaac Keene remembers he's out there. So he checks the runner again. Pitches inside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Keene settles in, ready to go. The right-hander comes home with it, and that comes way inside. And that's a ball. I think Jake Chapman thought that was going to hit him for a moment. Started to get out of the way, then kind of moved kind of slowly. 2 balls and a strike. This one's popped up to Adam Becker. Over to second in time for the force. So they got Ramsey forced out at second, 5-4. That's out number 2. Jake Chapman gets aboard on the fielder's choice. And so that'll bring up Dalton Kramer. Kramer, who got aboard on the fielder's choice, his first at bat. Center fielder for the Javelinas. First pitch is outside corner for a strike. Kramer, sophomore from Devine, Texas, batting from the left side. Pitches way inside. That gets away from Leibel, and that allows for Jake Chapman to advance to second base on the pass ball. So runner now in scoring position for the Javelinas. They trail 1-0. Buffs lead it. Buffs 1 run on 4 hits. Committed 2 errors in the game. Short shot down to Eddie Savoy at second base, and time to throw out Kramer. 4-3 for out number 3. No runs come across for the Javelinas. They did had no hits as well. There were no errors in the inning and 1 left on base. We have played 3.5. The Buffs lead at 1-0 here for the first of 2 games today. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Well, again, great afternoon here at Wilder Park. Just a beautiful afternoon for baseball. And for the Buffs, they will lead things off with their catcher. Evan Bible will settle in. Looks at a strike for his first pitch. Bible. Evan Leibel comes in with a batting average of 400. Settles in, pops this one up and out of play. So down in the count 0-2. Leibel was retired 3 unassisted on a sharp shot to the first baseman back in the first inning and thought he had beat out the play at first. The pitch is high for a ball. Runs the count to 1-2. Great effort by Evan. Got down the base pass, trying to keep the inning alive. Buffs lead this 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. First of 2 today. That's drilled out to right field, and coming on is Chapman, who makes a sliding catch and pulls that one in. Nice play by Jake Chapman. So Leibel flies out to right for out number 1. That'll bring up Will Fenning as we look at the replay here again. Leibel got a nice shot out to right field. The wind kind of held it up, and that allowed for Chapman to slide underneath and make that play. Fenning got aboard on a single his last at bat. Drives this one down the third baseline, fouling out of play. Fenning, senior from Scottsdale, Arizona. Played at Paradise Valley Community College. Fenning, 6'3", 195-pound senior. Batting from the right side, has that even stance. He hugs the plate. Has real compact swing. Looks at a pitch inside for a ball. So that evens the count at 1-1. Fenning ready to go. That off-speed pitch got him swinging out in front. So that runs the count to 1-2 for the senior right fielder for the Buffaloes. Fenning set his in, ready to go. Pops this one up to the second baseman. And sliding over is Thompson to pull that one in for out number 2. That'll bring up Corey Schmidt, who got aboard on a single his last at bat and was left stranded at second base. Schmidt, a junior from Liberty Hill, Texas, played at Dodge City Community College. 6'4", 200-pound junior, looks at a strike. Schmidt settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. And that one got the inside corner for a strike. So Schmidt down in the count 0-2. Should he get aboard, Eddie Savoy in the on-deck circle. But first baseman settles in, even stance. Fouls that one off at the plate. And the umpire will walk out and hand Colton Taylor the baseball. That'll allow Nick Wolf chance to regain himself a little bit as that was fouled off of him. Those just hurt. There's no way around it. Catcher, you got to be tough. He's waving off the trainer, and Nick Wolf will walk around for a moment. Wolf, 6'3" junior from Klein, Texas. Played at Blinn College. Again, good size. Junior settles in ready to go. Corey Schmidt settles in ready to go. Batting from the right side. 0-2 count on Corey. Off-speed pitch is high for a ball. So 1-2 for the Buff first baseman. Playing him pretty much straight away. Getting the wind kind of swirling around, but coming in from the south today. It's going to be a slow roller head down the first base line, and that'll be fouling out of play. Schmidt will get another opportunity as he retrieves the bat and returns to the batter's box. Again, first of 2 games today. The second one will come after this one. Buffs come in with a record of 4-1. Javelinas come in with a record of 1-4. Got their first win yesterday, beating WT 9-5. A wind-swept and cold afternoon yesterday here in Canyon. Much better today. Really pleasant. Good crowd on hand for this one today. Schmidt looks at a pitch on the outside corner that misses for ball 2. Javelina dugout trying to buy that call just a little bit. Schmidt settles back in. 2-2 pitch from Colton Taylor. That's driven down the right field line. Foul and out of play. Taylor from Ontario, Canada. Again, played at Frank Phillips, the junior college in Borger, Texas. Originally from Canada. Inside pitch misses for a ball. So that runs the count full as Corey has fought his way back to bring this to a full count. 3-2. Nice job by the Buff first baseman as he settles in ready to go. Colton Taylor ready to deliver. That is popped straight up out into center field. And circling around. Oh, and it's bobbled by the center fielder. It was so high in the air. And so heading toward third base is Corey Schmidt. That was high in the air. Now that one just launched up. And really, Dalton Kramer didn't really, he was looking high in the sky and then just misplayed it out in center field. So that allows Corey Schmidt to go to third base, brings up Eddie Savoy. He grounded out his last at bat. And Eddie ready, high pitch for ball 1. And credit Corey Schmidt. He battled at that at bat. He was down in the count 0-2, fought his way back to make it a full count. I think that kind of threw Colton Taylor. In fact, there's going to be a quick visit to the mound. And I'm sure the coaching staff or the Javelinas is just going to say, relax and go back to your stuff. Because for Colton Taylor, he's been pitching a good ball game. It's just that one that time got up high. I mean, it was a rocket shot out into center field. And so that sky with no clouds, nothing to kind of get your bearing a little bit for Dalton Kramer. He just kind of lost it. So first visit from the coaching staff to the pitcher's mound. So Savoy will settle back in. 1-0 count on the second baseman for the Buffaloes. Savoy from Montreal. Looks at a pitch down low for ball 2. Savoy played at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M. 6'1" junior, settles in, batting from the right side. Corey Schmidt, and that's going to be a loop out to right field for a base hit, and that'll play to run for the Buffaloes. So Eddie Savoy does his job with a single to drive in a run as Corey Schmidt comes home. And the Buffs lead it 2-0. And you watch this, just a good inside-out swing from Eddie Savoy. The second baseman drives it out to right field. And that allows for Corey Schmidt to come home and score to give the Buffs a 2-0 lead. That'll bring up Seth Ochoa. Seth struck out his first at-bat back in the second inning. Drives this one sharp to the shortstop, and he gets it a one-hop over to second base to force Savoy. So that'll do it for the Buffaloes here in this one. But Buffs able to get another run on one hit. Make sure that's correct all the way around. No, we're going to say 2 hits on that one. So the Buffs 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors in the inning. And we'll change that too. They do put up an error. So there was an error in the inning as well. And so Buffs get a run on 2 hits, 1 error in the inning, and 1 left on base. We have played 4 complete. WT leads this one 2-0. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. And welcome back to Wilder Park. The Buffs lead this one 2-0. We go to the top of the 5th inning. For the Javelinas, they will send up 7, 8, 9 in their lineup. Matthew Castro will lead things off, followed by Ivan Durante and Garrett Thompson. Matthew Castro grounded out to the pitcher his last at bat. So for Castro, comes up with a .077 batting average. Has 1 hit this season, scored a run. And he shows bunt, and unfortunately that pitch, kind of a curveball, broke in on his back, and so he will be hit by a pitch and get to advance to first base. And that'll bring up Ivan Durante. Duarte, who grounded out to Corey Schmidt at first base, his last at bat. Settles in, batting from the right side, shows bunt, lays it down. Becker comes up with it, throws to first in time for the putout. And so Ivan is retired 5-3 for out number 1. That'll bring up Garrett Thompson. Castro moves over to second base on the sacrifice. Garrett Thompson, who had a single his last at bat, then advanced to second on a throwing error, and then was left stranded at third. That pitch is inside, misses for a ball. Thompson comes up with a .111 batting average, batting from the left side, facing Isaac Keene for the second time today. That off-speed pitch just a little low. Runs the count to 2-0. Buffs lead at 2-0. Infield playing in. Adam Becker even with the bag at third. Ochoa behind the runner at second. Pitches inside for a ball. So 3-0 the count on Garrett Thompson. Then we go to the top of the order. Shelby Becker in the on-deck circle. Thompson settles in, batting from the left side. And that pitch misses outside for a ball. So second walk given up by Isaac Keene. And that has runners at first and second. And that'll bring Shelby Becker to the plate. Becker, who has grounded out and got aboard on an error back in the first. Becker with a .320 batting average. 0 for 2 at the plate today. And Leibel goes out and visits with Isaac Keene real quick just to make sure everybody's on the same page with the signals. Keene comes home with it, and that pitch outside corner for a strike on Becker. Isaac bearing down just a little bit harder right now. 2 runners aboard in a 2-0 game. That his club has the lead. Inside corner misses for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Becker settles in, ready to go. Shelby batting from the right side. Pops this one up foul and out of play. So that runs the count to 1-2. Becker from Giddings, Texas. Played at Paris Junior College. So 6'1" junior. We're at first base. Becker settles in, ready. 1-2 count. Keene checks the runner at second, and that hits Becker. Comes in tight. So a 2-hit batsman in this inning. And that loads the bases for the Javelinas. There's action in the WT bullpen. Keene now faces Nick Wolf. Wolf has grounded out twice, and before that, Corey Hall wants to come out and visit with his right-hander. Again, this is the first of 2 today between the Javelinas and the Buffaloes. So, quick conversation for both the infield for the Buffaloes and, of course, the Javelinas, all the base runners. All the coaches come over and gather in real quick, make sure everybody's on the same page. Buffs lead it 2-0. WT 2 runs on 5 hits. They've committed 2 errors. They've left 3 on base today. Javelinas, no runs on 2 hits. They've committed 2 errors. They also have left 3 on base here, working in the 5th inning today. Top of the 5th, 1 out for Kingsville. 2 runners aboard by way of being hit by pitch. And Garrett Thompson on board by way of the walk. That brings up Nick Wolf. Catcher settles in, looks at a pitch outside for a ball. Isaac takes a long look at the wristband, kind of turns away from everybody, takes a look at it, now steps back on the rubber. He's on the far right side of the pitching rubber. Keene comes home with it, and that's driven out the left field line, and that one is going to be gone for a grand slam home run. Nick Wolf comes through, drives in 4 runs, and gives the Javelinas the 4-2 lead as he got that one over the high mark in left field. And Nick Wolf comes through with a grand slam home run. We watch it right here. Again, batting from the left side. Just went with the pitch, drove it out to left field. And everybody just turns and watches that one fly. Ryan Johnson gave a bit of a chase, but he knew that one was gone. And so now the Javelinas lead 4-2. So that brings up Ramsey Amador. Amador head to the count 1-0. outside corner. That's a strike. Amador evens the count at 1-1. So Nick Wolf with a big hit that drives in 4 runs. Off-speed pitch doesn't really break the way Isaac needed it to. And that drops at the knees of Ramsey Amador. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Check it 2-1. That one's fouled off at the plate. So that'll even the count at 2-2. Stephen Bonas in the on-deck circle for the Javelinas. One out here, top of the 5th, 4-run home run, a grand slam home run for Nick Wolf, the catcher for Texas A&M-Kingsville. That's driven toward Ochoa at short on 2 hops, guns it over to first in time for the putout. So Amador is retired 6-3 for out number 2. That'll bring up Stephen Bonas. Stephen has struck out and got a board on a single. Still action in the Buffs bullpen area. Buffs lead it, or I should say Javelinas lead the Buffs now 4-2. Pitch on the outside, outside corner for a strike. Isaac Keene working here in the 5th. That's there for a strike. Kind of a check swing. That's going to be fouled off at the plate and out of play. Keeps the count at 0-2. So Bonas will settle back in, batting from the left side. Senior ready to go. Keene comes home with it, hit down toward Becker, but past him at third, and so Bonas aboard with his second hit of the ball game. So nice little drive for Bonas. Stephen again goes with the pitch and just sends it past Becker at third base. So he gets aboard with a single. That'll bring up Jake Chapman, the right fielder who struck out and hit into a fielder's choice today. Settles in, batting from the right side. Good breaking ball comes in there for a strike. Chapman, the 8th batter to come to the plate. And again, it's been the hit batsman. That's what's hurt Isaac Keene today. He loaded the bases for Nick Wolf. 2 hit batters and a walk. And then Wolf launched a shot to left field. That one misses on the outside corner for a ball. Chapman settles back in, ready to go, batting from the right side. That pitch again misses outside, low for ball 2. So 2-1 the count for Jake Chapman. Runner at first base is Bonas. Measures his lead there. This is driven down the third base line. That's fair. Got past Adam Becker. And so Bonas will round second and head to third. And so Chapman with a stand-up double. His runners at second and third. That may be all for Isaac Keene. We'll see. That'll bring Dalton Kramer up to the plate. Kramer settles in, ready to go. Kramer, who has grounded out and hit into a fielder's choice, has runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. He's the Ninth player to come to the plate. Looks at a pitch inside for ball one. Keene ready to go, checks the runners, comes home with it. That's going to be low for a ball. Keene right now just working extremely hard, just trying to find a rhythm, find the strike zone. Keene, inside corner, misses for ball three. So the senior just trying to find a rhythm, looks out in the outfield a little bit. Now looks in the dugout, settles in, ready to go. Kramer settles in. That is way inside for ball four, so another walk given up. That's the third walk of the ball game by Isaac Keene, and that will bring Matthew Castro to the plate, and that's going to be it for Isaac Keene. Just couldn't work out of it here in the fifth inning. And so we'll go to the bullpen, have a pitching change, and so we'll go through that change. And Isaac Keene goes 4 2/3 today. And he allows 4 runs on 5 hits. He walked 3, struck out 2. So we go to the bullpen. That'll do it. We'll have a pitching change. We'll be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back to Wilder Park. Brandon Bradone is the relief pitcher from Plano, Texas. The junior played at Connors State. The right-hander comes in. He's a 9.0 earned run average. He's pitched in 1 inning so far this season, and good fastball. Got Matthew Castro swinging. So Castro down on the count 0-1. Brennan has allowed 1 hit and 1 run. Now he got swinging at another fastball. So Matthew Castro down on the count 0-2. So the junior from Plano comes in ready to go. Trying to get the Buffs out of this bases loaded inning. That pitch misses outside. Runs the count to 1-2. So bases were loaded once. And that grand slam home run from Nick Wolf gave the Javelinas a 4-2 lead. Now Berdone trying to get another bases loaded jam away and does so with a strikeout right there. Nicely done by Brendan Berdone as he gets the strikeout. But the Javelinas were able to get 4 runs on 3 hits. There was no errors in the inning and 3 left on base. We have played 4.5, and the Javelinas have the lead 4-2. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Well, Colton Taylor went to the dugout after his last half inning of pitching. He was down in the count 2-0. Comes back out here in the bottom of the 5th, now leading 4-2. Paul Whitman will lead things off for the Buffaloes. He flew out to left field his last at bat. Looks at a strike. Buff center fielder settles in, batting from the left side. Another pitch inside, but that one misses low for a ball. So that evens the count at 1-1. It will be Paul Whitman, then Cameron Loy, Ryan Johnson. So the 9-1-2 batters in the lineup for the Buffaloes. Whitman takes a swing and comes up empty. So 1-2 count. For the sophomore from Tigerheim, Germany. Looks at a pitch outside for ball 2. Whitman, who played quite a bit last year as a freshman, settles in, batting from the left side. Facing Colton Taylor here in the bottom of the 5th, fouls that one off and out of play. That's kind of what you want to do right now, as there is some stirring in the Kingsville bullpen. It's Taylor working here in the 5th. And again, he sat for a long time that last half inning. Gave him quite a bit of time on the bench. Taylor ready to go. That pitch misses inside. So that runs the count full. 3-2 for the speedy outfielder for the Buffaloes. Whitman settles in. And foul tips that one off, but he's a strikeout victim. So Taylor gets his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. And you watch the replay here. Whitman had good timing on it, just couldn't get the bat on it fully as he nipped that one off into the catcher's mitt. Nick Wolf hangs on to it. So that's out number 1 for the Buffaloes. Go to the top of the order, Cameron Loy up for his third opportunity today. He is 1 for 2 at the plate. Had a double back in the third inning, came around to score the Buffs' first run of the game. Loy settles in, ready to go. Pitch is right at the knees for a strike. So that evens the count at 1-1. That's driven down the left field line, just bending foul and out of play. So that runs the count to 1-2. Ryan Johnson in the on-deck circle for the Buffs, trailing 4-2 to the Javelinas. Buffs ranked number 17 in the country. Trying to get their offense on track here at home. That's going to be low for a ball. So 2-2 the count. Buffs scored 5 yesterday. They've scored 2 today. Averaged 10 runs per contest in their opening series against International last weekend. Loy settles in, ready to go, batting from the left side, facing Colton Taylor for the third time. That's going to be high for a ball. So that runs the count full to 3-2. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Cameron Loy ready to go. Drives this one down the left field line, and then giving chase, getting over there's Castro's. He's able to pull that one in. And so Matthew Castro able to get underneath. And so Loy flies out to left for out number 2. That'll bring up Ryan Johnson, who's 0 for 2 today. He struck out in the first, grounded out to third in the third. Johnson looking for his first base hit of the day. Settles in, batting from the right side. Ryan hitting .368. First pitch, nice breaking ball in there for a strike. Bottom of the 5th, Kingsville leads it 4-2 over the Buffaloes. Pitch way inside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Kingsville 4 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. They've left 6 on. Buffs 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. They've left 3 on. That's driven down the third baseline toward the Buffs dugout. A little frustration on that swing for Ryan Johnson. He hammered that one. Ryan settles back in. 1-2 count now for the left fielder for the Buffs. Outside for ball. Evens the count at 2-2. Albuquerque Senior settles back in, ready to go. Even stance close to the plate. Taylor comes home with it. Johnson sends it towards the shortstop. And Durante comes up throwing, and that'll be out number 3 as Ryan Johnson is out. 6-3 for out number 3. No runs for the Buffs. No hits, no errors, nobody on base. We play 5 complete. Kingsville with a 4-2 lead. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shim and Dillon Group for your appointment today.
Well, we go to the 6th inning. Javelinas with a 4-2 lead over the WT Buffaloes. Lone Star Conference action. Leading off here in the top of the 6th, Yvonne Durante. Durante, who is grounded out to first, grounded out to third, 0 for 2 at the plate today. Batting 154. Looks at a pitch high for ball 1. On yesterday, got that 3-run home run. About right now is when he got it in yesterday's ball game. About the 5th or 6th inning. Drives that one foul and out of play. Evens the count at 2-2 or 1-1. Excuse me. Takes a look at a pitch. That misses for ball 2. 2-1 the count on the shortstop for Kingsville. Brendan Burdone working here in his 2nd inning. This one's driven out to right field. Fenning gives chase, gets turned around. It's over his head off the fence. That'll be a stand-up double for Yvonne Durante. So a leadoff double for the shortstop. That'll bring up Garrett Thompson. You watch this hit out to right field, and Will Fenning was playing in on that one. That just got driven over his head off the fence. So a nice shot for Durante. That'll bring up Garrett Thompson. Thompson, who's walked and singled today. Thompson batting 111. Batting from the left side shows bunt. Let's lay down the third base line and quick throw to first in time for Thompson to be retired. So Thompson is out 5-3, or 5-4 actually, since Eddie Savoy was covering. So that's out number 1. That does move Durante over to third base. And we go to the top of the order. Shelby Becker will make his way to the plate. Shelby 0 for 2 today. Yeah, scored a run when he was hit by a pitch, that grand slam home run. He was aboard. Berdone, first time to face Becker, throws this one outside for a ball. Nick Wolf in the on-deck circle for the Javelinas, leading 4-2. Infield playing in all the way around. Pitch outside corner for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Brennan ready to go, the right-hander. Comes home with it. That misses on the outside place. Tried to go the same spot he was before. That time it missed. So 2 balls and a strike for the first baseman for the Javelinas, Shelby Becker. The junior from Giddings settles in, and that one hits him again. Second time he's been hit by a pitch. So he's aboard at first base. And that'll bring up Nick Wolf. Last time Nick came up, hit a grand slam home run to give the Javelinas a 4-2 lead. So Wolf settles in, ready to go. Batting from the left side. Verdone. Still action in the WT bullpen. Throws that one inside for a strike. One out here in the top of the sixth. Runners aboard at first and third for the Javelinas. Quick throw to first to just make sure Shelby Becker knows that Brennan knows he's over there. Wolf settles in, batting from the left side. Pitches low for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. First of two here today will be a doubleheader day. Quick throw to first. Durante measures his lead off the bag at third. Becker over at first. Not much of a lead. This is going to be popped up out into right field. That one may be gone, and that one is gone. A 3-run home run for Nick Wolf. What an afternoon he's having, as he has driven in all 7 of the Javelinas runs today on back-to-back home runs, as he's having a hot day at the plate. Wolf comes home and touches them all. And the Javelinas lead it now 7-2 over the Buffaloes. And that's the second hit given up by Verdone. It allows for 3 runs. That pitch from Ramsey Amador is in for a strike. Verdone. It's another swing from Ramsey Amador. That is strike 2. 7-2. Kingsville with a lead on back-to-back home runs from Nick Wolf. Amador close to the plate. Steps up in the batter's box. Sends this one out to right field. Fenning gives chase, and he's able to pull that one in. So that's out number 2 on a fly out to right. And that'll bring up Stephen Bonus. Bonus, who is 2 for 3 at the plate today. Bonus has raised his average to 350. Came in with a 294 batting average today, but now there's going to be a visit to the pitching mound, and that may be all for Brendan Verdone. And so Verdone, who has pitched 1 inning, so he has allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned. He struck out 1 and also offered up a double today. So Verdone will head to the dugout, and that'll be it for Brennan. We'll have a pitching change. With that pitching change, we'll take a timeout. We'll do so. We'll be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
Well, welcome back to Wilder Park. Mason Kepperton comes in to pitch for the Buffaloes. His first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike to Stephen Bonus. Bonus hitting .350. Caperton, who's pitched in an inning so far this season, so had one strikeout. Left-hander from Eunice, New Mexico, played at New Mexico State. 6 feet, 210-pound junior. 1-1 pitch on the way, driven right up the middle. Nice play by Seth Ochoa. He skies high to pull that one in on a line out to the shortstop for out number 3. But, again, Nick Wolf strikes here in the 6th inning, as he did in the 5th. In the 5th, he had a 4-run home run, a grand slam. This inning only able to do a 3-run home run, so 3 runs come across for the Javelinas, as they were able to get 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors in the inning, and there were 2 left on base. We have played. Check that there's no left on base. We have played 5.5, and the Javelinas lead at 7-2. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Bucks!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Adam Becker leads things off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Becker looks at a strike on the outside corner. And the interesting thing in between, not between innings, but when after Nick Wolf hit that 3-run home run, Colton Taylor went over behind the Javelina dugout and was warming up just to stay safe. Becker, nice shot out into right field over the second baseman's head, so he has his second hit of the ball game. So he gets aboard with a leadoff single. And that'll bring up Leibel. Evan, who so far today, 0-2 at the plate. Leibel batting .375 on the season. The junior from Los Alamotus, California. Played at Oklahoma. So the pitch outside for a ball. Will Fenning in the on-deck circle for the Buffs. Right now would be a good opportunity to get some bats going for WT. Becker leads off with a single. That's going to be outside for ball 2. Is action in the Kingsville bullpen because Taylor's working here in the 6th inning. That pitch is low for a ball. So 3-0 the count for Evan Leibel. Bottom of the 6th. Taylor. Pitch on the outside corner misses for ball 4, and that is his first walk of the ball game. So runners at first and second for the Buffs. So Nick Wolf walks out to talk with his battery mate. The runners at first and second, they're going to change the signals a little bit. Will Fenning coming up. Fenning 1 for 2 today at the plate. He is singled and popped up to the second baseman. Buffs trail 7-2. Kingsville 7 runs on 7 hits. They've committed 2 errors. They've left 6 on base. Buffs 2 runs on 6 hits. They've got 2 errors and left 3 on base. Will Fenning with runners at first and second trying to help the Buff cause here. Will, so far this season, 4 hits. He's scored 3 runs. He's driven in 5. He's walked 4 times. He's struck out 4 times. He has a double and a home run. Man, before that, there's going to be a quick trip to the mound for the coaching staff for Kingsville, talking to Colton Taylor. Again, they have action in their bullpen. I don't think the way they're warming up right now, it looks like this is somebody else that has just now started to warm up. So they haven't got their full stretch in. So the umpire's going out because we've had back-to-back visits here to the mound. And so Jason Gonzalez is getting asked, what are we doing? Jason's saying, I'm trying to buy some time for my pitcher in the bullpen, trying to get him loose. So back-to-back meetings, first from the catcher and now from Jason Gonzalez. So he will slowly make his way back to the Javelina dugout on the first base side. Will Fenning will settle in, ready to go. Runners at first and second for the Buffs. Becker at second. Leibel at first. Will Fenning settles in. Fouls this one off at the plate. So again, for Colton Taylor, had long half innings of waiting. He was behind the dugout warming up before he came back out for this one just to stay loose because of long half innings of play for the Javelinas. That's why they lead at 7-2. A lot of base runners able to get aboard. Nick Wolf, a 4-run shot in the 5th, 3-run shot in the 6th. He's produced all the offense for the Javelinas today. Again, hitting from the number 2 spot on the day. That pitch is low. Runs the count to 2-1. Fenning settles back in, ready to go. A little more urgency in the warm-up in the Kingsville bullpen now. Taylor wants a new set of signals. Becker takes his lead off the bag at second. That pitch is inside for a ball. So Fenning trying to make Taylor work for it here in the 6th inning. Taylor checks the runner at second, comes home with it, and Fenning comes up empty on that swipe. That runs the count full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th inning. Adam Becker on at second base, got a board on a single. Evan Leibel walked, and he's over at first. Will Fenning's 3-2 pitch on the way from Colton Taylor. That's going to be a slow roller, head down the third base line, foul and out of play. So Will Fenning will settle back in, ready to go. Senior from Scottsdale, Arizona, batting from the right side. That pitch is high for ball 4, so back-to-back walks, loads the bases for the Buffs and for Corey Schmidt. So Corey Schmidt, who has singled and got a board. They got a board on an error as he hit a sky-high fly ball to center field back in the 4th inning. Came around to score as he had a board on an error. Fielding error by the center fielder, just dropped the fly ball and then came around to score. Second run of the ball game for the Buffaloes. Settles in, batting from the right side. Schmidt batting .278. Looks at a strike. Good breaking ball coming in from Taylor. Eddie Savoy in the on-deck circle. Bases are full for the Buffs. Trying to strike back, trailing 7-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Schmidt looks at a pitch outside for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. Corey batting from the right side. Fouls this one off at the plate. Just swung a little too early on that one. Runs the count to 1-2. Schmidt from Liberty Hill. The junior first baseman settles back in, ready to go. But he takes their lead off the bag. Bases are full of Buffs. Taylor trying to work out of a jam. That's called strike on the outside corner. Schmidt can't believe it, as that caught the outside corner, and he's a strikeout victim for out number 1. We watched the pitch here, and it was on the outside corner, but the umpires rung him up and said it caught the corner. So that's out number 1, and the 4th strikeout for Taylor today. That'll bring up Eddie Savoy. Savoy singled his last at bat. Looks at a pitch high for ball 1. Savoy batting .235. He's 1 for 2 at the plate today, driven in a run. His 4 hits on the season. That pitch is way outside for a ball. So he's ahead in the count, 2-0. Again, bases are full of Buffs. Eddie trying to help out the cause here. A lot of room between short and third. Savoy sends this sky high out into shallow left center field. And that one's caught, so coming home for another run for the Buffs will be Adam Becker. As Becker comes home on the Savoy sacrifice. All right, he's retired for round number 2. That'll bring on Mike Manetta, who will hit for Seth Ocho. Manetta played shortstop yesterday for the Buffaloes. And Manetta will come up.
I can explain it a little bit more later, but just during those instances, let's try and get the runner that taps out.
Manetta batting from the left side, settles in, ready to go. Pitch is outside for a ball. Manetta from Farmingdale, New York. He's a senior, 6'2", 190-pound. He's a switch hitter, so he can hit from either side. Batting from the left side right now. Manetta settles in. Batting .455 on the season. Good pitch there for a strike. That evens the count. Manetta ready to go. That's outside corner, misses for a ball. So 2-1 count for the pitch hitter. Manetta settles in, ready, batting from the left side. That misses outside for a ball. So 3-1 the count. Manetta, runners at first and second. And that's going to be low for ball 4, so another walk here in the inning. Mike Manetta gets aboard. That loads the bases once again for the Buffs. So Paul Whitman's due up. Let's see if he's going to make his way up. And time called by the Buffs. So we're going to have a pitch hitter for WT. Patrick Donovan, who will play center field, will come in for Whitman. Got a pitching change. That'll be all for Colton Taylor, though, as he goes 5 2/3 in this one. And so we go to the bullpen and make a pitching change for the Javelinas. They lead at 7-3 over WT. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so. We'll be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And welcome back as Patrick Donovan comes in to pitch hit for the Buffs. And we'll set the new pitcher. That pitch is inside as Luis Martinez comes in for Kingsville. Martinez, a senior from Gorilla, Texas. Played at Coastal Bend College. Settles in ready to go, the right-hander. That's going to be high for ball 2. For Martinez, he has pitched in 3 1/3 innings this season. He's allowed 2 hits, 2 runs. Both of them have been earned. He's walked 2, struck out 3, and he's allowed a triple so far this season. Patrick Donovan comes in with a .286 batting average. That's in there for a strike. So that runs the count to 2-1 on Patrick Donovan. Patrick ready for the pitch. That's popped up and out of play. That evens the count at 2-2. Donovan, who started the game yesterday for the Buffs in center field, coming on for Paul Whitman here in the bottom of the 6th. Donovan settles in, batting from the left side. Takes a swing, comes up empty, and that is a strikeout and leaves golden opportunity for the Buffs to head back to the dugout. So 1 run for the Buffs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. We have played 6 complete. Kingsville with a 7-3 lead over the WT Buffaloes. We'll take a timeout, do so, and come back for the top of the 7th after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
A onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Mason Caperton still stays out there on the hill for the Buffs as we head to the 7th inning. Buffs trail now 7-3. Got a run in the bottom of the 6th. Just couldn't take advantage when they had the bases full, as Colton Taylor gave way to Martinez there late in the 6th inning. Martinez got the strikeout, and that'll bring up Jake Chapman, and that's going to be a hit off the wall in center field. And actually, Jacob Rosales was going to have a triple, stand-up triple on his first at-bat as he comes on for Jake Chapman. So Rosales comes up. You watch this here, and he just drives this out to right center field. And it gets past Donovan, who came in relief of Paul Whitman, and rolls to the fence, and that allows for Rosales to get to third base. So that'll bring up Dalton Kramer. Kramer, the center fielder for the Javelinas. The runner in scoring position. Kramer, so far today, has walked, hit a fielder's choice, and grounded out to the second baseman. Infield playing in, of course, for the Buffs. That pitch is outside from Caperton. Runs the count to 2-0. And that's going to be a base hit out into right field, and that'll play to run for the Javelinas as Rosales comes home to score. Now to make it 8-3, thanks to the single from Dalton Kramer. And that'll bring up Matthew Castro. Castro, who has struck out, grounded out, hit by a pitch, and came around to score. Castro batting .071, shows bunt. And gets ball one called on that one. He gave way to the pitch. Castro settles back in, batting from the right side. Shows bunt. Fouls that one off at the plate. So that evens the count at 1-1. Buffs now trail 8-3. Bunt shown again. That pitch is way outside for a ball. Sends the count to 2-1. Castro settles back in. Batting from the right side, facing Mason Caperton. Quick throw to first. As Kramer is back. Castro, open stance, shows bunt. And they say he offered that up, so that is a strike. Quick throw to first base, not in time, as Kramer back to the bag at first. So 2-2 count for Castro. Mason ready, comes home with it. Bunt is laid down. Throw to second base. In time is nice job by Mike Bonetta as he kept his foot on the bag, but the throw kind of threw him off. So he got the lead runner. You watch here. It's hit back to the pitcher. Mason picks it up. Left-hander throws to the bag at second, and the foot's still there. Umpire calls Kramer out as he is retired. 1-6. Out number one. This one is hit down the first base line, and Mike Castro. Get that right. Devon Durante is out. Castro, of course, aboard on the fielder's choice. Durante is out. 3 unassisted for out number 2. And that brings up Garrett Thompson. Thompson's walked and singled today. He's also grounded out. Thompson settles in, ready to go. Foul tips that one away at the plate. Runs the count to 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. 1 run has come home for the Javelinas. A leadoff triple by Jacob Rosales, and he was driven home by Dalton Kramer on back-to-back hits. Caperton ready to go. So inside out swing, fouls this one off, foul and out of play. Until Thompson's upset, he kind of wanted to have that one back. Runs the count to 2-2. Thompson settles back in, ready to go. That one misses low for a ball, runs the count full. So Thompson settles back in. Mason settles in. The lefty ready to go. Check swings, fouled at the plate. Kipperson turns his back to home plate, looks at the wristband on what pitch is coming in this time. So the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, driven out the left center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Another run will come home for Kingsville as they now lead at 9-3 as Castro comes around to score. And Thompson settles for the single to drive in a run. And we go to the top of the order. Shelby Becker will lead things off. We'll come to the plate, and that may be all as we go to the bullpen for Mason Caperton. So the Buffs will make a pitching change here, and we'll take a timeout as well. 9-3. The Javelinas with the lead. We'll take a timeout, be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train long, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
Well, Gavin Pringle comes on in relief for Mason Caperton. Pringle, the junior from Duncan, British Columbia, throws this pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Shelby Becker up once again. Becker batting .320. Been hit by a pitch twice. Got a board on an air and grounded out. That pitch misses for a ball, evens the count at 1-1. Kingsville scored 2 runs here in the top of the 7th. They lead at 9-3 over the Buffaloes. Good breaking ball in there for a strike. A lot of movement on that. Pringle, 6'2", 210. Pitched at Hawaii Pacific. Another breaking ball's hit out to right field. Finning gives chase, gets underneath, and pulls that one in. And so Becker is retired on a fly out to right field for out number 3. So 2 runs come across for the Javelinas on 3 hits. No errors in the inning and 1 left on base. We have played 6.5. The Javelinas lead at 9-3. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Buffs trail here to Kingsville, 9-3. Texas A&M-Kingsville, 9 runs on 10 hits. They've committed 2 errors. They've left 7 on base today. The Buffaloes, 3 runs on 6 hits. They've committed 2 errors, and they've left 6 on base. And we'll go to the top of the order. Cameron Lloyd to lead things off here in the 7th. Luis Martinez still on in relief of Colton Taylor. First pitch is low for a ball. Cameron Lloyd, who's doubled and scored today, also grounded out and flown out. Looks at a strike to even the count at 1-1. Lloyd batting .333. Drives this one up the middle, and a nice play by the shortstop. Durante throws it over as he got that one right behind the bag, and then with his momentum, still able to get it over to Becker for the force out. Lloyd has gone 6-3 for out number 1. Going to bring up Ryan Johnson, who is 0 for 3 at the plate today. Johnson, who, when starting the day today, had a .412 batting average, just dropped down to .350. Looks at a strike from Martinez. That pitch misses outside for a ball, evens the count at 1-1. Again, first game of 2 here today. Johnson ready to go. That one's way outside for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike for the senior. Left fielder settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Pops this one up down the right field line. First baseman Becker gives chase and able to pull that one in for a pop-up for Ryan Johnson for out number 2. That'll bring up Adam Becker. Becker's 2 for 3 today at the plate. Becker batting .423. Two singles on the day for Adam. He also has popped up to the second baseman. Looks at a strike there for the first offering for Martinez. Buffs have used 4 pitchers in the game today. This is Luis Martinez is the second pitcher for the Javelinas. That one got the outside corner for a strike. Becker settles back in, batting from the right side. That one misses outside for a ball. Becker from Midland, played at the University of Houston before coming here to Canyon. That pitch is high. Evens the count at 2-2. Becker, 6'4", 225, senior from Midland, batting for the right side. Big open stance. Sends this one back to Martinez. Now the second baseman comes up, throwing over to first in time. Becker is retired. 4-3, a 1-2-3 inning for Martinez. No runs. In fact, that'll do the ball game, obviously. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. As Javelinas win this one by a final of 9-3. And so, again, big win as they improve to 2-4 on the season, while the Buffs fall to 4-2. Of course, this is the first of 2 games today. Javelinas enjoying this victory to kind of get their step back in rhythm this season. Got the game win yesterday, 9-5, and they win this one 9-3. So, obviously, averaging 9 runs per contest so far in the first 2 today. We'll take a timeout, come back and wrap this one up. But first, this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
For a onside kick, landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Well, 9-3 is the final from Game 1 here at the Wilder Park in Canyon, Texas, as the Kingsville Javelinas win this one. 9 runs for the Javelinas, as they got that on 10 hits today. Committed 2 errors in this one. Buffaloes 3 runs on 6 hits. They committed 2 errors. And Javelinas improved to 4-2, while the Buffs fall to, Javelinas improved to 2-4, while the Buffs fall to 4-2. Isaac King got the loss. He goes to 1-1 on the season. And, of course, Colton Taylor picks up the win. He's now 1-0. He's dropped that ERA. He started the game with a 22.5 ERA. He's dropped it now to 4.73. So he had a good pitching performance for him. Nick Wolf, of course, the big damage at the plate today, as Nick Wolf had a grand slam in the 5th and a 3-run home run in the 6th, and that was the big offensive punch that the Javelinas need to come away with this 9-3 win over WT. Big thanks, of course, to the Thunder Vision crew, Jacob Griffiths, for directing this one today. And we'll take a timeout. We'll do so. Come back with our next game coming up in about 35 minutes or so. The Buffs lose this one 9-3 to the Javelinas. I'm Bryce Sheets. We'll be back for game number 2 in just a little bit.